Hello friends, this is your Patriot John Adams, and today we're going to be discussing what is Bitcoin backed by. Hope you all enjoy the video. So, today we're going to be talking about what Bitcoin is backed by. Bitcoin is backed by many different things, but the most important thing that it is backed by is the free market. So it's important to understand that the dollar is backed by the United States military, and it's backed by financial institutions, the corporate rich people who basically are allowed to print this dollar as many times as they want. So these people control it mostly through the military. Bitcoin, however, is basically backed by the free market, and it could be only temporarily. Like, Bitcoin is the best and we could move to a different digital currency very shortly, but it would be a digital currency that's very similar to Bitcoin and was basically developed by Bitcoin. If you're in with the digital currency scene, you should know about this when it happens. So, Bitcoin's backed by encryption. It's hard to, it basically costs more than $1 billion to do a false transaction with Bitcoin. So basically Bitcoin's backed by the fact that it costs more money to do a false transaction than that transaction would likely be worth. So you have all these different computers all across the world which are mining Bitcoins, quote unquote. It's kind of just like they're providing the server power for the Bitcoin bank. So they're basically doing all the transactions that otherwise would be done by bankers. So the Bitcoin miners are actually doing some function. I have heard though that they're doing a lot more work than that, just for the purpose of having to do a lot of work, which I find kind of strange, but that might not be entirely true. But either way, the Bitcoin system backs Bitcoin as well, and the energy which fuels that, also all the computer hardware, and the time that it took all these people to put this together. Bitcoin's even backed by the fact that if you try to steal somebody's Bitcoins, you could have Bitcoin users hunting you down. But Bitcoin is basically a top technology which requires many lower technologies to be able to survive. So it's not like Bitcoin is the end-all be-all. Bitcoin's almost certainly and guaranteed will not be here forever. Like gold and silver probably will. So no one's saying that Bitcoin is gold and silver. I'm certainly not saying that. I'm saying that Bitcoin and other digital currencies like Bitcoin are much better currency than current currencies that we have, like the dollar, which are printed to oblivion and they're managed by bankers who steal all the money. Bitcoin, it's managed by computers, so no one can really, or at least not easily, steal the Bitcoins out of the system. The main reason that I always suggest being aware of other digital currencies is that Bitcoin will likely be overtaken by a more advanced type of currency that has better encryption features, or just all different types of features. Of course, you need to watch out for elite currencies like the one that's being proposed by JP Morgan, which they will just accept this at mostly all stores, which will give it a guaranteed demand basically. So you'll have that currency plus a legitimate currency on the side, and the JP Morgan currency, of course, won't really need to be mined. So that might be one good way to tell whether it's legitimate. Bitcoin's mainly backed by institutions that accept Bitcoin, customers who use Bitcoin, people who mine Bitcoin, and even just citizens, everyday citizens who just know about Bitcoin and think Bitcoin is better than the dollar. There's lots of different people and things that back Bitcoin, but most importantly, remember, Bitcoin is backed by the free market. The dollar is backed by the US military, but it's being threatened by Bitcoin. So please explain that to me. This is your Patriot John Adams. Y'all take care. Our Bitcoin However, Bitcoin's mainly backed by institutions who support Bitcoin. So look, my prop showed up just in time. However, Bitcoin's mainly supported by institutions, financial institutions who support Bitcoin, countries who support Bitcoin. China is apparently supporting it now. What the fuck?